Hi everybody, my name is Beth and I am the Steadfast Stitcher, and this is my Flosstube channel where we talk mostly about cross stitch. I'm so glad you're here today. If you're brand new, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my channel, and I hope you'll consider hitting like and subscribe. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate all of you. Along that vein, I want to thank everybody that has sent me notes and posted and everything else after I lost Chloe last month. It was rough, especially losing both Kiwi and Chloe in the period of 3 months. It's hard that I don't have either one of them here anymore. And Chloe had quite the fan club here on Flosstube because she liked to frequent my channel and say hello to everybody. So she is very much missed, and I just want to say thank you to everybody that has reached out. I really appreciate it. It means, means a lot. All right, so let's get to some more positive stuff. It's been a month since I've done a Flosstube, and May of 2025, this is my 5th year of doing Flosstubes. So it's my 5th Flosstube anniversary. I started doing it while we were in lockdown during COVID, and thoroughly been enjoying myself and chatting with you all and meeting so many of you, some in person and some getting to talk to online outside of Flosstube. So it's been wonderful and I'm really enjoying it. I will be doing some giveaways this month. I'm going to do a few towards the end of this episode, and then in my episode in 2 weeks I will do a few more, plus I'll announce the ones from tonight, if that makes sense. Okay. But there'll be a few giveaways towards the end of this video and later in May as well. So why don't we get started? I have got some whips to show, some haul, and of course a giveaway and plans. And before I forget, the photo that I had in the beginning is of an all-day stitch get-together I did with the Greensboro Stitchers, and it was so much fun. I didn't spend all day because I've been rather exhausted with everything that was going on with Chloe, and then I had some medical stuff of my own to deal with. So I didn't end up spending all day, but I really had a wonderful time, and everybody there was so nice. So they are on Facebook. If you're in the Greensboro area or anywhere close by, do go check them out on Facebook. I will link their group below. And they also had a vendor there for the all-day stitch, which I will talk a little more about later when I show my haul. All right, why don't we get started finally, right? So, well, this figures. I'm trying to open it and the zipper's not opening. Hang on. That figures very first whip and I can't get the zipper to open. Okay. All right, so this was one of my WIPCO calls. It's for April. This is Florence Mary Dickinson from Hands Across the Sea, and it is an absolutely gorgeous pattern. I love working on this. I am doing this on a 46 count from Tabby Cat Linen. Now, I did not make my WIPCO goal for April on either one of my projects. One was Serena Sprout and the other one was Florence Mary Dickinson. So I am going to keep them out this month, and hopefully I can make my goal for April and, close in at least on my goal for May, so I'm not too far behind on WIPCO. But since you last saw this, what I've done is I finished the stem here that went down the center and did the basket, and then several of the stems that come out from the basket as well. So I have a good deal more flowers and greenery to add on there. I did make a little bit of progress. Like I said, did not finish my whip GoGo in April, so I'm hoping this month to get some more time on Florence Mary. She's a gorgeous stitch, and I really like working on her. Now, my other whip go call for April was Serena Sprout, and I showed that in my last video a month ago, and I have not worked on that since. So I obviously need to spend some time with that in May as well. Now, I know this is Stitch Mania month, but I am planning on just being very swooey this month. Don't have any really set goals except for my Monday stitch will be arabesque for the rest of this month for Monday nights for monochromatic Mondays. Now this one, I was doing some reorganizing, and this ended up in the front of my basket, one of my cross stitch baskets, and it's been kind of staring at me, wanting me to pick it up. And I have not picked it up in quite some time, and it has nothing to do with the pattern because I really like it. But I have not picked this up in a while. This is from Cross Stitch in the Forest. And I am doing the cover stitch, which is Sequoia Falls. Now this is shown in a hoop, but there's actually more top, bottom, left, and right than is shown in this hoop here. And Sequoia Falls is the biggest stitch in the book. Of course it is. That's the one I had to pick. But I love it. It is so beautiful. Now, it's not variegated threads in the tree. I've had someone ask me, I think at the Greensboro Stitching, if it was variegated threads, and it's not. There are just several different colors in the tree. And it's really quite beautiful. So the last time you saw it, I was about in through here. So since then, I've added this and the trees on the side here and greenery. You can see, yeah, there's quite a number of colors in the sequoias, and it's coming out beautiful. I think it's gorgeous. But this tree is no joke. This is the biggest tree in the pattern. There's several more sequoias in here, but this is the largest one. But I am enjoying this. I am just using 18 count Fiddler's Ada. And it's a very fun stitch. And I'm using all the called for DMC. I haven't made any changes. And once I get this done, I have my eye on several other patterns in the book. In fact, Criminally Creative, Susan, has done the bear in this book. Laura Stitching by the Shore is currently working on, oh gosh, I'm going to forget the name of it. Let me see if I can find it real quick for you. Of course, what I'm trying to look for. Really, there is only one pattern in this book I don't think I would stitch. Every other pattern in this book I will definitely stitch at some point. Because they're really just so pretty. Hang on. There we go. You think this was my first time filming. Gosh, what a month will do, right? So this is the one Laura's doing, is Heron at Dawn. And that is a gorgeous stitch as well. This book is really terrific. I did not do the Spring Mingle where Max Pigeon was one of the guest artists. I kind of wish that I had, but it was also the same weekend as the all-day stitch with Greensboro Stitchers, so I opted to do that instead. But this is a lot of fun, and not sure if the word is soothing or calming, but I really enjoy working on this, and I don't have to think too much, or it's just a very enjoyable stitch, you know, and it's 18 count Aida, so that's kind of, you know, nice and easy to work with, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. All right, so next one that I worked on, this was my full coverage focus for the month, and again, didn't make my goal on this either for April, but I'm not going to beat myself up over it after everything. So, but it's Boreal Colors by Etta James Rosa, and it's a Stitches So Beautiful pattern. And it's absolutely gorgeous. I love all the colors in it. I am doing this in 28 count over 1. And I've mostly been working in the blocks, going down diagonally, but this was mostly 310. There's a couple other colors in here, just little dots of color. But I decided to go in and do a little streak of blue just so I could get some color in there. So I did get a little over 1,000 stitches done, but it didn't quite make it where I wanted it to be. So, but that is going to go away for this this coming month. I will show you what my May full coverage is, and I didn't spin for it. I made a choice. You'll see why in a minute. But anyways. All right. The other piece that I worked on, this one is Vintage Black Sampler. Oops, I got a pile of stuff over here. From Forest Embroidery that I am doing in Silks for You PR 152 and not in black. Now, when you last saw this, I was a little less than halfway on the clock. So I finished the clock. Whoops, hello. I finished the clock. I did more on the border here. And I did this candelabra. So I did make some decent progress on it. Not fantastic progress, but definitely made some progress. And yeah, I love how the colors are turning off on the I love how the colors are turning out on this. It is so, so pretty. So this was my April monochromatic, because I'm only stitching with one color floss. And then May is Arabesque by Jan Hicks Creates, and then this will be back out again in June, and I'm just switching the two of them back and forth. Wow. I'm making too many mistakes. All right, now this one I started with Devi, Glitter Dove Fairy, and she's already finished it, but it's so gorgeous. Now, if you saw, I did the flip through of this Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. And I love a lot of the patterns in here. I plan to stitch several of them. But Debbie and I started Stitching Bunny from Crocette GoGo. And it is such a gorgeous pattern. She's already finished, and it turned out beautiful. I just have a little start on mine, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm using all the call for colors, and I am stitching it on Gray Magic 28 count Jobelin over 2. So I'm doing 2 threads over 2. So that's where I'm at right now. I got a little start, but not very much yet. but it is super pretty. The colors on this are just lovely. These are the pinks that are in the pattern. They're so pretty. And I really don't have anything much that is springy or spring themed. So it's nice to have one that I'm working on that will be more of a spring piece. All right, now, if I do, what go next? No. All right. This is a pattern that's going to be one of my full coverage focuses for May. And I started doing a little bit of it last week. The reason is because this one is called Mini Warm at Home from Heaven and Earth Designs. It's a full coverage. And to me, it looks so much like Chloe that I wanted to pull this out and start working on it again. So yeah, this is Mini Warm at Home. And oh gosh, it just reminds me so much of her. So I put in, I believe I'm just around 800. I've put in just about 800 stitches so far. And that's where I'm at. So I'm working right now with the dark gray, which is the $37.99. And the cat comes right up to the edge. That's like her tummy right in here. So it comes right up to the edge of this piece. And so literally like I'm getting some work done on the cat. So yeah, I'm doing this 28 count over 1 with 1 thread. And oh yeah, it reminds me so much of her that I definitely had to pick it up. And so this might be out for quite a while. You might be seeing this fairly frequently. Well, we'll see. Now, as far as plans go, it'll be to work on my, my 2 Whipco pieces from April that I haven't met the goals on yet. And then my 2 Whipco calls for May. Oh, you know what? I had one more thing to show you. Wait, let me do that first. I had one more piece that I worked on that I hadn't shown yet. All right. This is the one I hope to have finished. When I did my last video, I hope to have it finished by the next one, and I'm not. But it is Twilight Moon from Tiny Modernist, and it's part of the Night Garden series. It's all the different designers that got together to make patterns using this Threadworks color palette. And so this is where I'm at with Twilight Moon. So I did get a good bit more done on it since you've last seen it, but definitely not finished yet, unfortunately. I am doing this on 32 count. I believe it's Twilight is the name of the fabric, but it's a 32 count Lagana. And I think the moon looks terrific on this color. So I'm making good progress on it, but it didn't get it finished. I'd like to say I'm going to have it done by next video, but I'm not going to promise anything. And I have a few of the Night Garden patterns because I just really fell for this whole line. I think it's beautiful. Let's see. And take one out because I have one that's part of my haul that I had in this bag. Now let me get back on track. All right. So WIPCO plans are WIPCO April to finish those. And then WIPCO May. Let me show you what my 2 calls are. This one is Huckleberry Farm by the Blue Flower. That's this one right here. I've seen several people working on it or finished it. Nancy in my group just finished it recently, and it's gorgeous. So this was one of my WIPCO calls from May. And I'll show you where I'm at right now. Oh, come here. Oh my goodness. All right. This is where I'm at with, with Huckleberry Farm so far. So I've made some good progress on it. So hopefully with it being out for WIPCO, I will make a good deal more progress on it. It really is a gorgeous pattern. And I am enjoying working on it. So yeah, we'll see how I can do with this in May. Again, like I said, May is going to be very swooey. This year has kind of stunk for me. So I'm just doing what I feel like this month. My other WIPCO call is one that I had a teeny start on with Dawn Enchanting Stitching, and it's Spirit of Autumn. So this is another full coverage. The artwork by Ciro Marchetti, but oh my goodness, I love the foxes in here and the fall leaves. Absolutely a stunning, stunning pattern. It is huge. It's $6.75 by $4.94. So this is going to be a fibbit. I hope to finish it before I die. And I'm also doing this on 28 count, 1/1, and that is a huge amount of progress that I've made on it. So as you can see, very long way to go on this one, but it is going to be stunning, and I hope to meet my WIPCO goals on it for this month. So I will have 2 full coverage focus pieces for this month. Now, as I've pretty much mentioned my plans already, but I want to quick show a freebie that I got, haul, Stitchy Kindness, and then we'll do the giveaway. All right, so while I was with Greensboro Stitchers, they had a freebie table out. And they had this little kit. It didn't have the fabric in it. It had been opened, but it did have the pattern in here. And when I saw this, it just reminded me of Kiwi quite a bit. So this is a full coverage 5x7. So it'll be much smaller than Warm at Home, but this does remind me of Kiwi quite a bit. I am going to try and darken up a little bit on her head because she had the white here and she was a little bit darker on the top of her head. So I might try to make a couple little color changes in there or blend some threads. But yeah, that reminded me of her. So yeah, I had to take that home from the freebie table. So that was the only thing I picked up from the freebie table. And I want to show Stitchy Kindness next, I think. All right. So Debbie, who is an angel, she had gone to a retreat and she knows how much I like houses and sent me these 2 patterns from the Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit of 2024. And I'm just thrilled. And she sent me the fabric to go along with it. Which is, I believe it's Maple Bar. maple bar 36 count from Cedar River linen, which I love their linens. So nice. And the 2 charts she sent me were Across the Miles from Heartstrings Embroidery. Let's see if I can. There we go. Really pretty pattern. And they both say the same thing. Both patterns say the same thing. Distance means so little when someone means so much. So there's the this one from Heartstrings Embroidery, and then Teresa Koget's is this one. So they're both stitched on the Cedar River linen, 36 count, over 2. And they're both so beautiful. So thank you so much, Debbie. I really appreciate it. And she knows how I love houses. And I'm going to love stitching on both of these. So thank you so much for your kindness and thinking of me. That is just really, really nice. I really appreciate it. All right, now haul. This is one of the Night Garden series that I think my store Stitch Point on Friendly had sold out of, and I hadn't seen it. I had missed it completely. So I saw someone stitching on it on Flosstube, and I decided I had to have this one as well to add to my Night Garden collection. So this is Ink Circles Forget-Me-Not. With that little elephant is just totally adorable. So I had to have him. And he's just, yeah. I'm excited about stitching him. Really, really cute. He might come out next after I finish the Twilight Moon. We will see. Oh, one moment. Now, I did do a little retail therapy. They had a vendor at the Greensboro Stitchers all-day event, and it was Bestie Barnes Creations. She's on Etsy. And yeah, she had a terrific selection of patterns and fabrics. Oh my gosh, the fabrics. So I had some fun. Let's see. I'll show you what I picked up for fabric. All right. This is, I'm going to have to probably take it out of the bag so you can see it. This first one is 32 count, Picture This Plus Heartland. And I love this. It's such a great neutral. So it's a fat quarter of 32 count. And this fabric is all from Bestie Barn Creations. Having her shop there, and she was so nice. Oh my goodness, nicest person. Then I also got a fat quarter of Picture This Plus Oracle. This is also 32 count linen. So it's a nice mottled gray. It's really pretty. Like that one a lot. I have a couple of things in mind already that I'd like to stitch on that one. And from Forbidden Fiber Co., I got a fat quarter of 16 count Babbling Brook. I needed some blues. I have a couple really vibrant blues and dark blues. I was really low in the lighter blue, sky blue department, so I really like this fabric. And this is from Forbidden Fiber Co. Babbling Brook. Great name. Oopsie, come here. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. There we go. And then just one more. This is Picture This Plus Haunted in 32 count, and I got a fat quarter. Really neat. I have an idea for this one already. We'll see. I think this is really pretty. Yep, so I got 32 count and 16 count, which I don't have much of either count. So I have a lot of 36 and 18 count and 20 and 22 and 25. Not much in 32 count, so I'm happy to add that to my stash. I will link Bestie Barn Creations Etsy store in my description below. And then, oh, my final bit of haul is a few new patterns from Primrose Cottage and the finishing kits and thread. So I got their stitching trio. So I got stitching quilt. Isn't that adorable? It's so cute. It's 73 by 73. And then I got stitching Quaker. Really sweet. I love this. And then stitching rules. I have autumn rules started. I have not finished that yet, but now I've got stitching rules too. And I had some things on here. Count twice, stitch once. Always cross your X's. No frogging allowed. Never too many whips. There's my thing. And so I got the finishing kits for them as well, and the fabric that goes with it. So yeah, little stitch therapy. Oh, and I got some cute little stickers from them too. Yeah, very happy with these. I love Primrose Cottage, and they're such a fun stitch. So I will be starting those at some point. They all fit within my size range of things that I'll start this year. So who knows? I might get a start on them soon. I don't know. All right, so let's get to the giveaways. Now, the basic rules are don't use the words giveaway, prize, contest, anything like that in your comments. That does attract the spammers. Please be over 18 because I need to ask for your address. Please be a subscriber. I think that's it. Yeah, just be careful with your words down below because, boy, the spammers are really out there. All right, so I'm going to do a few giveaways today, and I'll announce the winner in my next video. And in my next video, I will have a few more giveaways. So this first one is a threesome. It is Nightmare Garden, and this is part of the Night Garden series from Nashville, Cross Stitch the Rainbow, and also from Annie the Proper Stitcher, In Nature, and it says, in nature, nothing exists alone. And the thread pack. So it's the thread pack, Threadwork thread pack, which they're so pretty. In Nature from Annie the Proper Stitcher. And Nightmare Garden from Top Notch Stitcher. So if you are interested in these three, use the word garden in your comments below. The first one is garden. Next one, this is from RETM, and it is believe. Christmas in July is coming up. This might be a very fun thing to start in July for Christmas. This is gorgeous. And it is 272 by 222, and it is all DMC. And again, if you're interested in this one, use the word believe. And then this one, this last one for today, is a reproduction sampler, Charlotte Watkins 1866 from Quaint Rose Needle Arts. I like the colors in here quite a bit. Very neat patterns. And thank you to Stitch Point Unfriendly for donating this one for my giveaways today. I really appreciate it. Stitch Point Unfriendly in Greensboro is my local LNS. So if you are interested in Charlotte Watkins 1866, use the word quaint. So quaint for this one, believe, and garden. All right, so do comment below. I will draw the winner in my next video in 2 weeks. All right, so I think that's everything for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Shout out to everybody at Greensboro Stitchers. I really enjoyed my afternoon, even though I didn't spend the whole day. I really enjoyed it. And thank you for holding that event. And I will see you all in 2 weeks. Take care, everybody. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.